This is gonna be wicked.
Congratulations.
Thanks, yeah. We're excited but
evening.
sad.
Come November, December, we'll be.
Thinking of her.
Yeah.
Good evening and welcome to the Finance and Advisory Board meeting of
6/19.
June 19th, 2013, called meeting to order at 7:07. Okay, tonight's agenda items really is just the year-end transfers, line item transfers, and some reserve fund transfers. With Lieutenant Cudmore here to discuss the police line item transfers, reserve fund transfers. Why don't you tell us what's going
Okay.
on?
Good evening. I have four that were given to Mike's office as well as you. The police expenses, the radio labor, which will also be put in police expenses, school crossing, and communication salaries. Why I came was the communication salary changed today because of a resignation of someone who abruptly resigned, fills 10 shifts a month for us, and I need to fill them now. We were down so close with regard to those other two long-term illnesses that the 7,200 that I have here on the chart needs to be 9,300 for me to complete the year.
No, he's requesting 93.
Yeah, he just fixed it, I guess.
Those are new. I typed them new
Yeah.
tonight. Usually I come without them, and
You know, you're not going up to 93, you're requesting 9,300.
that's correct. Yeah, it was originally 72. I had to bump it up
Oh.
because of the resignation that came in this week. And then the second one, we just had an officer go out due to a motor vehicle crash, off duty, not regarding his position. I need to fill his shifts in the police budget, although it was going to come in within budget. I'm gonna be short about $920, so I've asked for $1,000 on the police line item, sorry, to cover his. That crash occurred on Monday.
And that's
He's
different
been
from the
out.
package Mike sent me, correct?
Yes, that's.
That's an
also-
addition?
Right.
Okay.
So there's,
Yeah, based on these changes, 21, so you're asking for 31? Not,
yes,
31?
31 total.
There's only 2846 in the fund.
So we gotta transfer some money from the
We're
reserve
gonna do it
fund?
differently then.
That's it. That's see 28 in the reserve fund, huh?
Right.
Oh,
So you
'Cause
can't.
we don't. There's no transferring. Yeah.
okay, all right.
What? This is only 10,000. What's the
Yeah.
rest of it?
I only have 10,000.
10,300.
It's 1,000 and 9,300.
93. Yeah.
Right, no, then there are other ones. These are the
Oh.
changes that Donnie had.
Those are the amended ones from the chart there that
Right.
Sandy has.
We have a reserve fund transfer request for veterans benefit for 9,000. The communication salaries went from 72 to 9,300. Got school crossing guard is still 1415.
Everything's the same. The only addition was the additional 1,000 for police salary.
The 5,500 for mandated training,
That's staying the same.
and 3,840 to finish the radio project.
Labor.
Do we-
Just labor on the radio project.
Do we need that before July 1st? Have you already people been hired, or is that,
No,
because what are we off by, Mike, about $300?
Yeah.
No,
we-
3,000.
We only have, we only have, after the 2,100 for the communication salary, there's $746.18 left.
Okay, so we are good then.
But, no, then Don wants that, another 1,000. So, yeah, we're short
I think you made a good point with regard to the radio project.
$264.
Why don't I withdraw the radio project? And then that will give you another 3840 on your bottom line. So withdraw the
Okay.
request on the radio project. To cover the other salary expenses.
No, I know, I'm just
Yeah,
making
I
sure
know.
because they've been changing.
Would you like me to make copies of that?
No, I just want to
Okay.
find out what that, I just want to make sure Mike and I are calculating the same number.
Then it's gonna be the 34 less the 3,800, right?
Right, and this, but then he's asking for. So it's-
So if we don't do the 3840, we'll have,
4,500?
and then 21, You're adding 21, yes.
And 1,000 for police. Yeah.
That'll leave us with that'll leave us with 3,500.
And how much, 1,000 for
Yes.
police? 1,000, yeah, 3596.18.
3596, I had 3586. Because you're deducting 2,100 from the 2,846, right? It's to come up with 746, and then we're gonna add back in the 3,840.
Yeah. 86, you're right.
Okay, so it's gonna be 4586, okay.
Well, then, did you do the 1,000 for the police?
Then you take another 1,000 out
For
for the
police.
police.
That's 3586.
Right, and then you get 358618, okay. Okay, so basically what we're starting with a balance right now of 58,698.82.
58 or 38?
No, we're starting with
Okay,
$58,698 in reserve fund.
right.
And then we're going to take out, the requests in front of us tonight are 9,000 for veterans benefit,
Right.
9,300 for the communication salaries, 1,415 for the coverage until the end of the school year for the crossing guards, 5,500 for mandated training and fuel costs.
Excuse me. On that training, is that for the whole department or just new recruits?
No, the whole department.
The whole department? And where's that training done?
That training's done in-house. We have to hire it, as opposed to getting instructors for free from the MPTC now, we have to pay for our instructors. There's no more instructors available.
And where
for the
these
state.
instructors come from?
They're subcontractors of the MPTC through unfunded mandates. That's our legal battle right now with the legislature concerning unfunded mandate training.
And this training's already taken place, right?
Yes.
So we have to cover that expense. That's what I'm just trying to make sure we're.
I just,
Yeah, no,
I
it's,
just asked the
good-
question.
it's another.
Very good question.
It's another thing that happened this year that we didn't know about at the beginning of the budget season. Okay, we're not gonna do the radio. You can hold off on the radio for a week and a half, right? Okay. And then there's another reserve fund for 7,500 for the special state election. Are we gonna get a reimbursement on that?
Yeah, the good news is the legislature is funding that, but
We have
the
to pay
bad
for it.
news is it
You
won't
get
be
it
till
after.
next fiscal year.
Of course. And then Don is asking for an additional $1,000 for the police salaries
To cover the 4 shifts. of
to cover the
officers.
4 shifts. Okay?
Yeah, I don't have that.
No, I know.
Okay.
The. Okay.
Why 4 instead of 3, Don?
I'm sorry.
Why 4 shifts instead of 3 shifts?
Their full-time schedule is 4 shifts on, 2 days off. They never have the same day off twice. They work 4 on, 2 off, 4 on, 2 off.
Okay.
So it's a full rotation of 4
This
shifts.
is what we're doing. Okay? Alrighty. Any other questions for Lieutenant Cudmore?
I wanted to let you know that as my new role as EMD, I submitted for a FEMA reimbursement of $94,200 2 weeks ago, which goes back into the general fund for the highway, police, schools, and fire. So
Is
there's,
this from the blizzard?
this is Blizzard Nemo, yes. We did not hit the target for Hurricane Sandy, so we ate Hurricane Sandy.
Yeah.
We didn't hit it, so,
But 94,000 is a good chunk.
yeah. So that's been completed. With any luck, they'll accept all of those departmental expenses and we can get some money back.
What was the threshold for Sandy, money-wise?
We were like 28,000 short.
Sure.
And it's according to the entire county, but in Georgetown, there were certain numbers that we had to hit, we just didn't hit it. It just wasn't expensive for us. Cost us $4,700, which is a lot of money,
Yeah.
for police salaries, but.
Yeah. All right, now, the question is and Mike, and I think you and I had this conversation before, it's gonna come in and go into the general fund. Where that was snow-related, can that come into a FEMA fund to be used for it? So basically, we have that almost like our own savings next year for snow overages?
I don't believe so.
87,000 of it was from the highway department.
Right,
If we could, if there was such a thing, then, and I'd have to look into it, it'd have to be created by a town meeting vote.
Okay.
Like it. But I don't think it qualifies as a revolving fund.
It's not so much a revolving fund, it's not used as, because I have one, that when the reimbursements come in, they sit there until I have to use them for FEMA-related events or something, but I've been using them for FEMA stuff, and I've asked the same question too. I'm trying to see if that's possible, because if it is possible, it's a good way to sit there and say, okay, we've expended the money this year, it's not gonna help this fiscal year, but if we could somehow put it aside that we know for next year, that, you know, it makes sense, but I have a sneaking suspicion it's not gonna be allowed like that.
Yeah.
But I'm asking the question just to be double sure, just
Yeah,
to,
well, I'll certainly look into it. Yeah, that could be something, well, maybe even for fall town meeting, create a fund.
so when you get FEMA reimbursements on and off.
Or you could park it in the reserve fund, I suppose, to be used for snow and ice.
But
Yeah,
it's gonna come back as general fund money, because it went
Oh,
out
right.
as general fund money.
Yeah.
You'd have to reappropriate it out of free cash.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we could do that in the fall, I suppose.
given the.
But anyway,
given the
whatever,
fact that we
whatever's
have
the
a-
best way.
Given
yeah.
the fact that we have usual FEMA event once a year now.
Yeah, we have our annual 100-year storm.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
It would be nice if we could somehow, if there could be some sort of mechanism to, especially when you're going off years, because it's one thing, if it comes in the same fiscal year, I think you could push it back towards that, towards the expenditures, I know in some things, but anyway, I digress. It's just something to look at. If you get something like this, to have for next year, knowing that we've got a pocket of money.
It makes
For snow
sense,
deficit.
like a disaster reserve fund.
Yeah,
Something like
you
that.
could do that.
You all set? You good?
I got more here than I need.
And then there was this one for the 1,000. Did you get? Oh, you got these two. Never mind. You got those. Yeah. Okay. Are you ready? I'll entertain a motion to move $9,000 from line item 15431 Veterans Benefit.
Sandy?
Yep.
I wanted to address that.
Oh.
The committee has actually already approved that back in March or April. I lost the paperwork. I just needed this
Oh.
whole thing re-signed.
Oh.
Yeah.
so-
Okay.
So it's already been approved.
Oh, okay.
So we don't have to vote on it again.
No,
Okay.
sign it again.
Never mind. Okay. I'll stand a motion to move.
Good thing this is my last meeting.
Entertain a motion to move $9,300 from line item 12121 communication salaries from the reserve fund for employees who are out sick for extended period.
So moved.
It's been moved and seconded. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, entertain a motion to move from the reserve fund to line item 12115, school crossing guards, the amount of $1,415 for coverage until the end of the school year at each of the 3 schools.
So moved.
Second.
All right, any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Entertain a motion to move from the reserve fund to line item 12118, police expenses, the amount of $5,500 to cover the expenses of mandated training and fuel costs.
So moved.
Second.
Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Entertain a motion to move from the reserve fund to line item 12111, police salaries, the amount of $1,000 to finalize salary expenditures for the fiscal year.
So moved.
Second.
Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
And I'll entertain a motion to move from the reserve fund to line item 11621, election expense, the amount of $7,500 for the special state election.
So moved.
Second.
Any further discussion? All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, that leaves us with a balance in the reserve fund of $3,586.18. Now, and I guess this is the question. You need 3,800 for the radio project. Do we want to move just 3,000 to get, Mike, I mean, do you want to move anything, like just 3,000 over there? or something. I don't know where you come up with a number, if that's, I don't wanna just say, here's a number and it
He's
doesn't
been-
work out.
I'm thankful he's a local, he lives in Groveland, his
Mhm.
company's in Groveland, he's been very, flexible with us to get it up and running, with regard to the labor to make the, to finish this project. We came in exactly on budget with equipment, everything was fine because of the
Yeah.
bids, but, we found a lot of problems in there, and it just took a long time to get it fixed and running. So that's, where that labor cost came in.
Mike, are you comfortable with moving the rest of it, or do you not wanna do that?
No, I'm fine.
You're fine with that, now that we've balanced
Yeah,
this out,
just don't
everything
want
else?
to deficit spend the.
No, no,
Get the
okay.
deficit for the reserve fund.
So I can
Yep.
get the numbers.
So where will the other 800 come? Will it come from next year's
I'll take it out of the police
It's
expense
300.
line item, there's.
300? Okay.
There is a radio line item expense portion of the expense budget that I could use for that.
Okay.
And, now that the system's new, we can hope that there will not be the repairs we had
Oh, I
last
see.
year.
Yes,
We
yes.
can get
Is
some
that
yield.
even on the radio?
Yes, it is.
Good.
No better for me. It's been a long process.
Yeah, it's been a long process.
Okay, so Mike, can I make changes right here on my copy? Will that be
Yes.
sufficient?
Mhm.
All right. So I'm gonna take what was the original 9340. I'm gonna make that into the number that Robin has. So,
There you go.
That out. That out, that out, that out, and what do we got? 586.9. Okay, I'll entertain a motion to move from the reserve fund to line item 12118, police operating expense, the amount of $3,586.18 to pay for continued repairs on the radio system in the police department.
So moved.
Second.
All right, it's been moved and seconded. All those in favor? Aye.
And that leaves us with nothing.
0, and we're done.
All right.
Now we're done with reserve
Zero.
fund.
It's all of it? What's
That's just the reserve
I
fund.
said
Oh,
no peanuts,
okay.
no
I thought you left.
No peanuts, no
Cents.
pretzels, no. No, Johnny will have to bring in peanuts and pretzels. Okay. So, let's see, I wanna make sure I pull the right ones out to be signed. Mike, do you want, while I'm pulling these apart, do you wanna explain the other line item transfers that we're doing?
Yeah, actually, there's, it's just one request from the library. There's two requests. One request from the library.
Yeah.
They had a vacancy in part-time position. So they have additional funds in their salary account. They would like to have it transferred to their expense account for $1,750. The second request is, we are short in the workers' comp account, the workers' comp insurance account. What happens every year at the end of the year, our insurance company does an audit of our payroll. And so our actual budgeted amount is an estimate of the year's payroll. And then we readjust. We try to budget enough, leave a little extra in there to cover that adjustment. It's usually a small amount, maybe 1 or 2%, because we're pretty accurate in our estimates. But in this case, it turns out that during their audit, they found that all 6 of the cafeteria workers at the high school were misclassified in a much lower category. And it turns out that cafeteria workers, as far as risk of injury,
Tie.
are only behind the line workers on the electric department and the highway department. They're more risky than the police and fire. Wow. So.
Because they have knives,
Mr.
not
Lacy, don't
guns?
laugh so much.
Knives, no guns?
Slippery
Fire.
floors.
Frequency of injury.
But, yeah.
Burns.
So, the police and fire are more safety conscious, I guess. But anyway, we get hit with almost a $10,000 audit cost, $9,750 above our budgeted amount. So the good news is the unemployment was very low this year. We budgeted $100,000 and we're not going to spend 50. So there's plenty of funds to be transferred from unemployment to cover workers' comp. And that's the request. The selectmen did approve both those transfers at their Monday meeting. This type of request of line item transfers requires both the majority of the FinCom and the selectmen. The reserve fund transfers do not require the approval of the selectmen. However, I have
There you go.
instituted at least a, they don't make motions, but they're made aware of the transfers. And actually, they do make a motion to recommend or not recommend. In this case, they did recommend the transfers of the previous transfers that you just voted on, although it's not required.
I was gonna say, they do understand it's not a required.
Yes, they do.
Okay. Alrighty.
You want this?
Oh,
Start signing away. I'll entertain a motion to move from account 16111 library salaries to 16112 library expenses, the amount of $1,750.
So moved.
Second.
Any further discussion? All those in favor? Aye. Entertain a motion to move from account 19131 unemployment salaries to account 19121 workers' compensation, the amount of $9,750.
So moved.
Second.
Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Great, all motions carry. Okay, so Mike, this is the one that I just did. This has got a lot of writing on it. That's okay though, right? I made a thing and I signed what the total new amount was. And I made a note saying handwritten changes approved. Okay?
Yes.
That way. Alrighty, and is that it?
That is it.
Okay. Like to just extend thanks again to Robin for all her years of service and note-taking.
Good luck.
I know. I know.
Someone's gonna do the minutes now.
Yeah. And thanks for having Nazarene on the board. We're gonna miss you.
thank you.
You need to stay in touch and let us know. And just be that fun person who sends sunny pictures during a blizzard when we're having a
I
blizzard.
will never do that.
Yeah, that's right. Please don't.
I will not.
And a thanks to Chuck Dixon. He's not with us this evening, but for all of his service, he's moving to Arizona, and open invitation to anybody who wants to join him out there for a visit. So
Extends to all Georgetown residents.
That's for all Georgetown residents. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Nazarene just did that. That's what happens when you're absent from a meeting. And I think that's it. And congratulations to Lieutenant Cudmore, who will be becoming our chief of police on when?
Thank you. July 1st.
July 1st. Is there a ceremony, or
We're working
Just
on
a-
it, yeah.
is
Just,
it just going to be, is it selectmen's meeting or something, or?
I was appointed already, so
Right.
Yeah.
we're just working out the logistics, and I'll keep you informed.
Yeah, I just didn't know if there was some sort of
We want to be invited to the
badge
party.
pinning or something like that.
Milk,
that you're
milk
gonna
and
take-
cookies thing.
Yeah, any badge, like you're getting a badge or something like that, so.
I'll let you know.
He's not gonna let us know. He doesn't like this stuff. He's not gonna let us know.
He's
But
already red.
congratulations.
Leave the guy alone.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, congratulations. We're glad
Thank
to
you so
have you
much.
as our chief, our incoming chief. And congratulations to Jim Mulligan, outgoing chief, for all the years of service he has done for us on the board. That's pretty much it. We have openings on the FinCom, folks, so if anybody's looking, we've got a couple of interested people, but please feel free to contact Beverly Enos, or for information, contact Mike Farrell at the Town Administrator's Office. We have a few openings, and we'd love to have you join. It's a great way to get to know the town, and I think you can attest to, being one of the newer members, you've learned a lot in the past couple of years,
For sure.
for sure. We're driving her to San Diego. And without without further ado, Good evening and go Bruins. Thank you.
What's the time?
7:32.
My husband said to me, he goes, you know that meeting is gonna fly by. And I'm like, why? He goes, the Bruins are playing.